Hello agents, in this video we're going to have a look at all of the chest talents and backpack talents that are now on the Division 2. There's a lot of new ones, some have changed, we're just going to go through them all. And this happened this morning in Title Update 8, so if you are coming back to the game now, you no longer get talents on your mask, knee pads, holster or gloves. It's only chest or backpack, and we'll cover them all in this video. If you do like the video, hit the like button, consider hitting subscribe for more content from myself. Got a lot of content coming this week on the Division 2, so subscribe and check that out. But also we have a fantastic gaming community which is nearly at 5,000 members now. If you're looking for people to play with in a non-toxic environment, click the link at the top of the video description to take you to our Discord community, and we look forward to seeing you there. But getting on to the video, you can do this yourself, you can check all these yourself. So what I'm doing now in the video, you ain't got time to watch this, just when you load in later, come to recalibration table. You got the recalibration station here where you can recal everything. It's a little bit of a different design, but it works similar to how it was in Title Update 7, so we're not going to go into that so much. So recalibration library, that is new. So this is where you're going to come and extract all your talents that you want to keep, or your max rolls or whatever, and you can just constantly use them. Then you don't need to keep farming for them. It's a great feature of the game. I was really looking forward to this. Not really going to show you too much how this works, but you'll go in there, you've got your core attributes, it'll let you know you've got some extractions available. You'll show those extractions and you'll be able to pull over the stats. So as you can see, I've got a 9.9% max weapon damage there. I'm able to extract that and store it in my library, and once I've done that, I'll be able to use that and roll it onto anything that I want. But the purpose of this video is to have a look at the talents, and you can see here, if you go on any of your rifles or weapons, you can bring up the talents, and every talent that you're able to unlock in this library for you to use on future weapons. And it works the same with the body armor and the backpack, and they're the talents that we're going to look at today. We'll also go through the talents on the weapons to see if there's any new weapon talents. So starting with body armor, we have got Tag Team. The last enemy you have damaged with a skill is marked. Dealing weapon damage to that enemy consumes the mark to reduce active cooldowns by 4 seconds. You've got Kinetic Momentum. When in combat, each skill generates a stack while active or not on cooldown. Stacks increase your total skill damage by 1% and total skill repair by 2%, up to 15 stacks per skill, lost when on cooldown. Skilled skill kills have a 25% chance to reset skill cooldowns. Spotter amplifies total weapon and skill damage by 15% to pulsed enemies. I know some of these we already had, but I'm reading them out just in case they've changed. Emphatic Resolve. Repairing an ally increases their total weapon and skill damage by 3 to 15% for 10 seconds, 1 to 7% if self. Effectiveness increased by your skill tier. Explosive Delivery. When you throw a skill 1.5 seconds after landing, it creates an explosion, damaging enemies within 5 meters. Damage scales with a skill tier, dealing 25 to 100% damage of a concussion grenade, at most once per skill. Overwatch. After staying in cover for 10 seconds, increases you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 12%, as long as you remain in cover or in a cover-to-cover move. Intimidate. While you have bonus armor, amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters. You've got Vanguard. Deploying a shield makes it invulnerable for 5 seconds and grants 45% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies for 20 seconds. Cooldown is 25 seconds on that. Unbreakable. When your armor is depleted, repaired 90% of your armor. Cooldown is 60 seconds on that. We've got Protected Reload. Grants 20% bonus armor while reloading, grants 0 to 18% of your armor as bonus armor to all other allies when they are reloading based on your defensive core attribute. Glass Cannon. All damage you deal is amplified by 25%, but all damage you take is amplified by 50%. I remember talking with Penny earlier about this one. This is going to be one we have a lot of fun with. Focus. Increase total weapon damage by 5% every second you are aiming while scoped 8 times or higher, up to 50%. Requires a scope with 8 times magnification or higher. Gunslinger. Weapon swapping increases total weapon damage by 20% for 5 seconds. The buff is lost for 5 seconds if the weapon swap while it is active. You have Braced. While in cover, weapon handling is increased by 45 seconds. So we have Spark on the chest now, so damaging enemies with a skill increases total weapon damage by 15% for 15 seconds. That was on the backpack before. Trauma. Applies blind to an enemy hit in the head. Cooldown is 30 seconds. seconds, and applies bleed to an enemy hitting the chest. Cooldown's also 30 seconds. Obliterate, critical hits increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 15 times. That sounds like a really good one. Reassigned, killing an enemy adds 1 round of a random special ammo into your sidearm. Cooldown is 20 seconds. Mad Bomber is still a thing. Grenade radius is increased by 50%. Grenades that kill an enemy are refunded. Grenades can now be cooked by holding the fire button, making them explode earlier. Gain 15% bonus armor while aiming with grenades. Efficient, using an armor kit has a 50% chance to not consume the armor kit. Specialization armor kit bonuses are increased by 100%. So that's very new. Well, it's not a new talent, but it's new the way it works. I don't think that specialization thing was there before. Tamper proof, enemies that walk within 3 meters of your hive turret or remote pulse are shocked. Arm time 5 seconds, cooldown per skill is 10 seconds. And you got entrench, if you are below 30% armor, headshots from cover repair 20% of your armor, cooldown is 3 seconds. So that's all the body armor talents. Let's go straight to the backpack talents and look at what we got here. We've got combined arms. Shooting an enemy increases total skill damage by 25% for 3 seconds. Energize, using an armor kit grants 1% skill tier for 15 seconds. If already at skill tier 6, grants overcharge. Cooldown is 60 seconds. Calculated, kills from cover reduce skill cooldowns by 10%. Tech support, skill kills increase total skill damage by 25% for 20 seconds. Shock and awe, applying a status effect to an enemy increases total skill damage and repair by 20% for 20 seconds. Safeguard, while at full armor, increases total skill repair by 100%. Bloodsucker, killing an enemy adds and refreshes a stack of 10% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Max stack is 10. Overclock, allies within 7 meters of your deployed skills gain 25% reload speed and reduces the active cooldowns by 0.2 seconds each second. Leadership, performing a cover-to-cover grants 12% of your armor as bonus armor to you and all your allies for 10 seconds. This is doubled if you end within 10 meters of an enemy. Cooldown is 10 seconds. Protector, when your shield is damaged, you gain 5% bonus armor and all other allies gain 15% of your armor as bonus armor for 3 seconds. Some of these sound really good. Versatile, amplifies total weapon damage for 10 seconds when swapping between your primary and secondary weapons if they are different. 35% to enemies within 15 meters for shotguns and SMGs. 30% to enemies further than 25 meters for rifles and marksman rifles. 10% to enemies between 15 to 25 meters for LMGs and assault rifles. At most once per 5 seconds per weapon type. Vigilance increases total weapon damage by 25%. Taking damage disables this buff for 4 seconds. I used to like that. Don't think that's changed. It used to be 30%, I'm not sure. Opportunistic, enemies you hit with shotguns and marksman rifles, amplifies the damage they take by 10% from all sources for 5 seconds, requires the marksman rifle or shotgun to be drawn. Unstoppable force, which used to be on the chest, is now on the backpack. Killing an enemy increases total weapon damage by 5% for 15 seconds, stacks up to 5 times. Composure, while in cover, increases total weapon damage by 15%. Companion, while you are within 5 meters of an ally or skill, total weapon damage is increased by 15%. That's pretty decent. Concussion, headshot, this used to be on a mask. Headshots increase total weapon damage by 10% for 1.5 seconds. 5 seconds with marksman rifles. Headshot kills increase total weapon damage by 15% for 10 seconds. That's new, I think, to concussion. I don't think that headshot kill was a thing before. Very similar to the Eagle Bearer sort of talent, but you don't die. Creeping Death, when you apply a status effect, is also applied to all enemies within 5 meters of your target. Cooldown 20 seconds. Galvanize, applying a blind, ensnare, confuse, or shock to an enemy grants 40% of your armor as bonus armor to allies within 20 meters of that enemy for 10 seconds. Wicked is still a thing. Applying status effect increased total weapon damage by 18% for 20 seconds. And you've got Clutch, which used to be on the gloves. If you're below 15% armor, critical hits repair 2.5% missing armor. Kills allow you to repair up to 100% armor for 4 to 10 seconds based on your firearms, basically, core attribute. So that's a little bit different. I don't think it used to limit you to 15% of the armor, so that's now going based off your firearms. But yeah, they're all your backpack talents. As you can probably tell, I was reading them through for the first time. Some of them sound very, very good. So we're also going to have a look at the weapons here and have a look at the weapon talents that are available. I'm not going to go too much into these because there's loads and it'll turn into an hour video if it did. But we've got breadbasket, we've got killer. You can pause the screen if any of these make sense to you, of interest to you, should I say. Optimist, preservation, strained, close and personal. We got sadist, fast, and some of these have already been on. There's vindictive there. You've got ranger, spike, which we had before, steady-handed, eyeless, ignited. We've got reformation, perpetuation, rifleman, landing headshots, adds a stack of bonus 10% weapon damage for 5 seconds. Max stack is 5. Boomerang, critical hits have a 50% chance to return the bullet to the magazine. If a bullet is returned to the magazine, the next shot has 40% increased damage. Not sure if that's new. Lucky shot we've had before. So they're all the talents that you're able to get on rifles. Assault rifles are very similar. Let's have a look if there's anything different here. We have got... here we go. We got near sighted, receive 80% stability at the cost of 35% optimal range. Got on empty, reloading from empty grants 30% weapon handling for 10 seconds. Overflowing, every 3 reloads from empty increases your base magazine capacity by 100%. And measured, which we've had before. And then moving over to marksman rifles. Again, the talents are all the same. We've already had a look at the others. See if there's anything. Okay, we've got first blood. If scoped, your first shot fired from out of combat or after fully reloading from empty deals headshot damage to any part of the body hit. Requires a scope with 8 times magnification or higher. And you've got naked, hitting an enemy with no armor grants 50% headshot damage for 5 seconds. I know that's an old one. Shotguns, see if there's any new talents in here to look at. They just all look the same. Getting to the bottom, we've got pumped up. Reloading grants 1% weapon damage for 10 seconds. Stacks up to 25 times. Pummel, 3 consecutive kills. Refills the magazine and grants 40% weapon damage for 10 seconds. So they're 2 new talents by the looks of it on shotguns there. And if we move over to SMGs, scroll right to the bottom, so there's some new SMG talents. We've got Outsider, after killing an enemy, gain 100% optimal range and 100% accuracy for 10 seconds. And Unwavering, swapping to this weapon grants 300% weapon handling for 5 seconds. Kills refresh the buff, swapping away disables this from all weapons for 5 seconds. And measured there. And then moving on to LMGs. Scroll right to the bottom, we've got Unhinged. That's an old talent now. You can only have that now, and it grants 18% weapon damage at the cost of 25% stability and 25% accuracy. You got Frenzy there. For every 10 bullets to the magazine capacity, gain 3% rate of fire, 3% weapon damage, 5 seconds. For 5 seconds when reloading from empty. There's Overwhelm, which looks new, I think. Suppressing an enemy that's not currently suppressed grants 10% weapon damage for 12 seconds. Max stack is 4. Not sure if you had that before, but that is definitely there now. And pistols is the last one to look at. So you've got all the same talents there, but going straight to the bottom, we've got Salvage. Killing a target has a 70% chance to refill the magazine. Finisher, swapping from this weapon within 10 seconds of killing an enemy, grants 30% critical hit chance and 30% critical hit damage for 15 seconds. And you got Lucky Shot there. And that's that. That's all the talents on the weapons. We've gone through all the body armor and backpack talents. I hope you do like the video. If you do, hit that like button for me. I'd appreciate it. And do hit subscribe for more content from myself. And don't forget to check out our fantastic gaming community that you can find linked at the top of the video description. Until the next video, thank you for watching this, guys, and peace out.